Good morning, children. In the previous class that we have studied how new dynasties or new kingdoms are coming up and what are the administrative policies they have taken. Also, they have adopted all new administration, new ways of administration, how different types of taxes they collected for revenue. Okay, so these all we have studied. Then today we are going to study about the preciousities and land grants. What are preciosity or land grants? We know that preciosity, this word, from the word itself we understand that it contains details that may not be often true also. So preciosities, what are the contents of the preciosities may not be true. Sometimes kings do exaggerate. Okay, what are the real fact will be exaggerated and written on preciosities. In order to, in praise of, we need the meaning of this word is in praise of, in praise of the king, someone has written who the person who is educated here, especially learned brahmanas. Brahmanas were only allowed to learn or read or study, etc. So they, the learned brahmanas had written all these preciosities. This is praising the king. Okay, so what is exactly written there? Maybe sometimes exaggerated stories, may not be always true. How the king was brave or courageous or valiant and victorious warriors. All his qualities are written there. How kind-hearted or generous, how brave king, how he conquered the other regions, etc. These are written in the preciosities. Then these all preciosities we can find sometimes they will be carving on the stone slabs and planting on the roadsides, so and public places like marketplace, etc. So that people who are walking through this region on the way, they can read and understand what about the king, etc. So these are inscriptions we can find in many places in different parts of our country. So here kings also rewarded brahmanas, who are learned brahmanas who are writing the preciosities, and for their what are the achievements of the kings also will be mentioned in the preciosities. So often these kings are giving some rewards to the brahmanas. What were the rewards given for their writing for the king? Sometimes the land was given, large areas of land was given as a gift. So many hectares of many areas or many region, large region was handed over to the brahmanas also. So the brahmanas received a land gift and also many other valuable ornaments or many other gifts also they received from the kings. Here we will study what type of preciosity. For example, one preciosity, what is the achievement of Nagabhata. He was a Pratikara king. So he belonged to the Pratihara dynasty. So one preciosity which is written in Sanskrit, especially Brahmanas, we know that Brahmanas were able to read and study the Sanskrit language. So it is written the Pratihara king Nagabhata as preciosity, that was archaeologists had found out from Gwalior in Madhya Pradesh. It describes how Nagabhata was a king or how powerful he was. Not he was a king, the kings of, so how it describes about Nagabhata, let us see here. The kings of Andhra, we can find out that is in South India. Saindhava, that is in the Sindh, which is now in the present day Pakistan. Vidarbha region, that is present day Maharashtra region, or Kalika, that is part of Odisha, that is in the extreme east coastal region. So Maharashtra, Vidarbha region coming in Maharashtra region, and Orissa region, Sindh in Pakistan region, also Andhra, that is coming in the South India. These all regions fell before him, even he was a prince. He was not a king before becoming a king. When he was a prince himself, all these territories, that means all over India, okay, all were under his control, under the domination of Nagabhata, which means he was so powerful king. Also he won a victory over some other regions he captured. Chakrayudha, he was the ruler of Kanauj. Kanauj, we know that is the present day Uttar Pradesh region. So not only the South India, East and Western India, coming to the North India, the Kanauj was captured by him. He defeated the kings of Wanga. Wanga is part of Bengal. Okay, so up to Bengal region. Anartha, that is part of Gujarat, again towards the northwestern part of India. Then other region Malwa, that is present day Madhya Pradesh, central India, and also Kirada. Kirada means forest people, tribal people, and Turuks, that is Turks. Turuks means Turks, the Turkish people, Turkish kingdom. Vatsa, Matsya, these are the kingdoms in North India. So these were the Mahajanpadas. We have studied earlier class of Matsya or Vatsa. These are the North Indian tribal kingdoms of the Mahajanpadas. So all these kingdoms, it means the entire India and the Indian subcontinent was under the control of Nagamata. So this is the Prashasti written in Gwalior, which was obtained from Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. So always we may not think that these are all exactly true. Sometimes the Brahmanas, in order to get some gifts from the king, they might have exaggerated the stories. Okay, so boosting extra something, they are adding extra. What may be the right may be little, but the truth may be little, and they had exaggerated. So what was given with the land? We have already studied that the kings used to gift large areas of land to the Brahmanas who used to write the Prashastis. Okay, we can find exaggerating stories here, but some cases we can find the true fact also. Not exactly for getting the gift from the kings the Brahmanas had written. Some cases very genuine writings also we can find. For example, we can say in the 12th century there was a long Sanskrit poem which was containing the history of the kings ruled over Kashmir. So Kalhana was the writer, the author was Kalhana, who wrote in Sanskrit about the kings, history of the kings of Kashmir. We can find sometimes they used many sources here. Simply he was not boasting about the king or simply exaggerating the true story. Instead, he had written very genuinely. So he collected many inscriptions, many documents, eyewitness accounts of our earlier histories also. So comparing all these, he had written a genuine story of Kalhana had written a genuine story of Kashmir, the story of kings of Kashmir. But in that cases we can find how we can say it was very genuine, because unlike the writers of Prashastis, they simply exaggerated. But Kalhana's story, Kalhana's poem, we can find he often criticized the rulers also and their policies also, so that we can the historians explain that it was genuine. He was critical to the rulers and their policies also. So now we have studied some of the rulers had gifted large areas of land to the Brahmanas as a reward. So what was given with the land? Simply land. How many acres of land, many hectares of land, or many areas of land was given to the Brahmanas. So along with this part, so some regions, especially Chola rulers, gifted the land with land grants were given to the Brahmanas. So in the here we will study, there is a part of the section of Tamil region in Chola rulers who ruled over the Tamil Nadu region. What were along with the land, what were the things given to them? Okay, so there is an inscription written here. The Chola rulers especially made the land grants on copper plates. Okay, So it was written on the copper plates, the land was given as a gift to the Brahmana. So what was written? One copper plate inscription will say, we have demarcated the boundaries of the land. Okay, demarcated, we have made the marking of the land. Okay, so how much of, we know that now present day we are surveying the land, measuring the land, and we will have the document how many acres of land we have. During that period, how they had done, they demarcated the boundary of the land, making the earthen embankments. We know embankments, boundaries were made with the earthen or clay, earthen embankments. That means with the clay they made the boundaries. Okay, we know we are clay walls. We know now we are constructing the boundary walls of our building or the our property with bricks and cement, concrete boundaries we are making. Or agricultural fields, we can find fencing is done, or sometimes the boundaries of the agricultural areas are made with earthen embankments. Also with the clay, the boundary walls are made. So earthen embankments were made as well as by planting the thorny bushes also. Along the boundary walls, along with the earthen embankments, thorny bushes were planted. Bushes, small bushes with thorns are also planted, so that that can be understood that is a boundary. Okay, so this is what the land contains. What is the land? The gifted land contains many things. What are the things contains? Fruit bearing trees are there, water available, land, plain land is there, gardens are there, and orchids, fruit gardens. Orchids are fruit gardens. Many trees are there, wells may be there, open spaces are there, pasture land, that is for grazing the animals, okay, cattle. And there may be a village also. In that there may be village also. So you can imagine how much big within this land a big village also may be existed. And hills are there, platforms, canals may be there, ditches, that means deep gorges, or rivers may be flowing through this land, and silt laden land may be, tanks are there, granaries, fish ponds, beehives, and deep lakes, etc. So that means a region, large area of a region can be bigger than a district also. The present day, how much bigger a district, size of a district or more than that may be the land gifted to one family of Brahmanas also. So here we can find large areas. So one who receives this land as a gift, he can collect taxes from that. Okay, we know that many people are living in villages existing here. The large areas of land is existing, so that the person who receives the land can collect taxes. He also can collect taxes imposed on judicial officials as fines also. There are judicial officers, he can kind of like fine tax on betel leaves. Betel leaves, we know that we are using the betel leaf for making the for using the pan shops. We can find out the betel leaves. Usually people use betel leaves. Also woven cloth, and from the weavers for making cloths they can collect the taxes, as well as the vehicle taxes also. Those who have the bullock carts or other vehicles, they can collect the taxes from them. And only these people who had received the land as a gift, they can construct large houses or buildings with rooms and with the upper stories also. That was allowed only for this kind of rich people who had got the land. So they can also make their buildings with baked bricks or burned bricks, and also large and small wells they can make dug for the people for irrigation purpose. Also he can plant trees and thorny bushes if necessary. He can get canals constructed for irrigation. These are all the developmental activities or welfare activities he can do for his area which the land was given to him. he should ensure the water is not wasted and the embankments are built. So water, without canals are constructed, water should not be wasted. That had his responsibility to make sure, and without wasting the water, embankments or side walls to be constructed and protect water. These are all the responsibilities of the owner of the land, which means he is like a zemindar, which we can say the landlord or a zemindar. So in the coming classes we will study more about the kings, how they waged war with other people in order to accumulate more wealth, in order to become more stronger, how they waged war with other kings or other regions.